What's up YouTube, Zombiekillerhere here, doing my first episode of my Extreme Breakdown series. There will be a total of 25 of these. The breakdown will cover in all the details each one of these towers, given any upgrades that they might have, best forms to put them in, all that good stuff. Every bit of detail that the tower have, best way to use the tower, if the tower is recommended to pair with another, if I recommend using the specialty buildings with them, or recommend using another specialty building with another tower with them, or what. So first, we're going to start with the dart monkey, go to the attack shooter, sniper monkey, boomerang, then go to ninja, and so on and so forth from left to right, and ending with monkey sub. So the first one will be the dart monkey. First upgrade on the left side will increase its range, and then the second upgrade will increase it even further and allow it to detect camo, which can be useful. Then it will give a spike-apult ability, which will allow it to catapult to fire spike balls that can pop 18 balloons. And then the Juggernaut ability, which hurls a giant spike ball that excels at crushing ceramics, so doing extra damage to ceramics. Then you got the sharp shots on the bottom, which would be the right side, can pop an extra balloon, can pop 2 extra balloons, and then throw 3 darts at once instead of 1. And also the ability to get up to 10 nearby monkeys to go super monkey. That means 10 total, not 10 and you. You're part of the 10. It does have a specialty building. All of them do except for Monkey Village and Banana Farm, but I'll show you what to do with those when their videos come. But the specialty building, which I have a complete video series quickly covering over all the specialty buildings, which you can look at. It's about an hour and 40 minutes, give or take, covering every last specialty building in pretty decent detail. But anyways, we'll reduce the cost of the dart monkey by 5%, but it also increases the cost of boomerang throwers by 5%, so keep that in mind. You get, with these specialty buildings, you get discount in one area for increased cost in another. Increase the attack speed, 1 free dart monkey at the start of every 10 rounds, and makes the dart monkeys darts explosive, which means you can now pop lead with just a single 1/1 dart monkey. So let's go into further details what all this stuff means. Alright, we'll do sandbox. And this will be going over everything with the dart monkey. So a normal dart monkey by itself would not be able to pop lead. Lead popping power is out of its league. Which will summon 1 lead. As you see, the catapult would not be able to pop lead by itself. Now if you do Juggernaut upgrade, the lead can be popped. Now with these, the best way to use them is at the edge of a long thing going last. As you'll see, he would just pop a lot of the ones at last. Now, if you do use these, it's highly recommended different units along with them. But let's just get a whole bunch of these coming in. As you see, he's popping them pretty good, because he excels at popping ceramics. But he's not going to be able to pop one of these guys single-handedly. It's beyond his popping power. So definitely pair him up with other units. Now the Dirt Monkey by itself does not have lead popping ability, but with the specialty building, it's able to pop lead. Single 1-1 Dirt Monkey was able to do all that. Now just a recap. A fully upgraded Dirt Monkey through the Juggernaut tree. It is just barely able to keep that under control. And more than one, he just fails. But a single 2-3 Dirt Monkey will just annihilate of lead. And I even sent in an extra lead than before, and he still annihilated them. Now eventually he gets overwhelmed, but that's where this upgrade comes in handy. Losing control, enter Super Monkey state, and even this massive, scary wave could be beaten. Whee! Look at all those flaps. Alright, come on, get off the screen. And that's only one of them. That ability gets a lot better when you get bonus monkeys. Upwards to 10. So, a 7 and 10. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you know there's exactly 10. So, let's do that same spam. See, by themselves, they're not good, but the transformation state, good. Now, if you was actually to not be lazy and actually invest in some upgrades for these, you'll find out that 10 of these guys, even at this form, is very effective. And it's really cheap for this tower. 85, 105, 135, 160, 315 set. 3 of these guys alone can easily get you 30s, 40s, which is very effective combining a nice little monkey farm with, because these guys are so cheap and abundant that and strong that they'll be able to hold stuff back. Well, you are just generating a lot of cash from monkey villages. So let's send in that same wave, and as you see, they're just annihilating non-stop, these guys. So how about we send in something a little bit more tougher? How about some rainbow balloons? Still doing a good job at annihilating them. Able to just keep this up endlessly. And then enter Super Monkey State if you get overwhelmed. So So how about we try something a little bit more tougher? Which they're never going to send this much ceramic. But as you see, in Super Monkey State, you can take care of all the ceramics. And with just 2 of them, you could keep Super Monkey State on pretty good. Now if you get 3, you can virtually have endless. If you get more, you could just spam. And let's face it, it's fun to spam. So a good example of Super Monkey Spam would be this. But of course, do a little bit more space out. Otherwise, you just got that. So every few seconds, push square. And then infinite Super Monkey power. Able to detect camo, able to pop any balloon that comes in contact with them. So you might be thinking, alright, so they're good against ceramics. Let's see how they do against a boss. Non-upgraded into the Super Monkey form. They're doing pretty good against a boss. Into Super Monkey form, and they're able to actually do a pretty good job against this many of the boss class balloon. Alright, now for the part that you want to see the most, I'm sure. How do they fare against one of these guys? Well, the results are actually very good. How about a few of these guys? Just for a good test. And this is only 10 units. So as you see, they can be very effective. And they're dirt cheap, which makes it kind of ridiculous that they're that strong. Like, excluding the upgrades, you know, they're pretty good. Now then, to be honest, when you're playing this game, what you'll probably end up doing a lot, which is the best way to play with these guys, is as the round progresses, you build one, and go like this. And then every now and again, if you have the extra spare money, upgrade, because you're gonna just make a lot of money. So you'll probably have like something like this every so often. Then every now and again, when you get extra bonus money, just upgrade them to the max. So let's just spam in some real quick. Doesn't matter where, they're all good. Which I'm just gonna get them all Super Monkey because why not? Actually, let's just get rid of that one. And as you see though, they have a pretty decent range. So let's just quickly get them all done. Give me a second. Takes a few seconds. But you should have a lot more than this by the time that you get to the last level. This is probably about the army that you could get set up at the end of medium. And that's without any banana farms, which you should be using. So, you know, gives you a small idea of what type of force you can expect. You may not have them all up to Well, probably would gain them all to this, but yeah. But you know, if you was not going for the last upgrade, you could probably, by the end of medium, get like triple this easily. So, you know, just a small idea of how good they can be. Because they're so cheap and powerful, you could just spam them, which they are the most strongest tower if you spam them. So, real quick, let's send in endless waves of this. As you see, only 10 of them get the transformation. Now, obviously, you're not going to get the bosses going that fast. At best, you'll get like something like that, which is actually close to what you'll get for Impalpable. And as you see, not the best, but not the worst. They're actually able to somewhat withstand Impalpable. Combine them with a few extra towers that's more designed towards Impalpable, you'll be fine. Now then, they are a lot more stronger though if you could combine them with a monkey village. Their power just skyrockets. Which, if you have the tower upgrade, build it towards the laser for the thing. That will give you the most effectiveness because your cooldowns will be extremely quick. Meaning, you could just go spamming square to almost have an infinite form of Super Monkey with them. Because they're all upgraded to transform version. So, how about we resend in that wave? In fact, I even added one more, just for fairness sake. And as you see, with just that tower, the power just went through the roof. There was no stopping it. You know? And you could have a lot more of these guys out on the battlefield. Alright, so let's do an infinite ceramic spam. Not a problem. They got the cooldown for your Super Monkey, which is cool. But, you know, they got everything that they need. They can already detect camo by default, so that's pointless. But they also got a little bit increased range, too. Which, as you use the Super Monkey, you'll see that the range will increase. And as you see, by hovering over a Pacific One, you could say activate, transform, which can be used for more strategic transforming. Alright, so let's try infinite one of these. Not a problem. Able to take on a infinite spam of these. No problem. What about these? Well, unfortunately, these ones are very tough. So infinite spam, not really, but look how many you was able to pop. Of course, they'll never give you anything this deadly at all throughout the normal game. But as you see though, they did a very good job considering that that's an infinite spam. So, and that's not even close to the power that you could have. Normally when I get these, I have the whole screen flooded with them. I have enough of these towers to get me to where I have full range coverage of anywhere on the map, and then I just spam these guys. They annihilate everything. It's so overpowered. But anyways, that's a nice little in-depth look at this tower. Very good, very viable. Would recommend getting it with a specialty building to upgrade it. Specialty building definitely helps out a lot because it adds lead popping, allowing you to just spam the strongest variant of this thing. Without the specialty tower, you'd be looking at this type of gameplay. But I'm going over heavily details in all these videos, so expect a lot of focus in one tower. Alright, so let's summon in 2 of these guys. And as you saw before, lead was no problem, but now can't even pop lead. That's the normal drawback to this tower. How you would play to counteract that though, if you was only using dirt monkeys, would be to have one of these guys set up for last in an area where he could control, and then just do a whole bunch of spams of these guys. You know, you don't need the final upgrade for all of them. I'm just doing that because why not? It's an extra button press. But you would eventually get to that point. Then as you see, as they come, you know, that guy would pop all the lead, and then they would worry about all the rest. Because the lead popping ability, they're missing. So he would take out lead, they take out the rest. And yes, you can get Super Monkey variant of the camel, which in slow motion, I'll show you how that looks. Boom, throw a big giant ball. Which actually makes that a lot stronger. You know, definitely recommend doing that. But if you go this, wow. But yeah, because it's a lot of fun just to do that. Now, without the final upgrade to that though, let me just demonstrate. Real quick. Alright, so with just the basic of this variant, which will summon in a lot of red so that you can see the full effect. Infinite red spam. As you see, it got a pop limit. It can only pop so many layers. So let's upgrade to that, and all of a sudden it's popping all the layers. It gets more pop increase. And then if you wanted to, you could get these two. Even though it already got very good popping power. But anyways, so keep in mind the maximum layer percentage, all that. Now let's send in some zebras. I forgot to set him for last. But as you see, it's popping through all the layers of the zebras and then stopping. Where let's see if we could get better interpretation. Oh, whoops, don't want that. Well, actually, let's place him right here. Now let's put him at last. Alright, let's see if we can get a bad view of the zebras. As you see, as there's more, its popping abilities would be exponentially growing weaker. And then you give it extra 2. Cool, but it still have trouble. Now when you upgrade through that, whoops, let me get him a little bit farther back. There we go. So let's get these guys coming. As you see, though, with this big one, he's able to pop any length of chain. Doesn't matter that there's multiple in his way. So, you know, decent, but you're gonna need quite a bit though. Now, if you was to do a whole bunch of them like this, which in no way, shape, or form this side of the upgrades would be able to take on ZOMBs and be super extremely effective. You would need the entire map covered, and even then, you know, chances are not as good. But as you see, even with that many of them spam, they're still getting through. So, you know, keep that in mind. Now then, let's a few of these first. In fact, you know what? Let's do all first. Because why not? And do another spam. As you see, not that good. Can't crowd control when they're on first. Now, the best way to take advantage of the first setup, though, would be like right here, where the enemies are going this way. So let's try a nice easy rainbow. As you see, rainbow, super easy. Alright, let's go for something actual. Even with taking advantage of being able to pierce all of them, this guy cannot handle it. Now let's set these to last. And as you see, you know, they still can't handle it all that well. They're getting overrun, you're constantly losing health here, health there. Now add a awesome one of these guys though. Well, actually, let's do 2 more. just to get that infinite loop going. And now let's see how good they do against the infinite spam. As you see, by just adding a few of these guys, the other guy's effectiveness goes up. So that would be the best way to take advantage of this. Now, is it always practical? Nope, not really, but this is the best way without the specialty building to capitalize on these guys. That would be your only way to pop the leads. Which without lead popping ability, you'd be doomed. But anyways, hopefully this in-depth video is good enough to show off everything about this tower. Showing off all the possibilities and everything else. And hopefully you guys learned something about this building. Now, here comes the part where I would rate the building. Whether use it, don't use it on rare occasion, use it with support, whatever. I would definitely say use the tower, and now for the part where I'd say about the specialty building. I would say use that too. The tower combined with this is deadly. You can easily beat medium games. Easily. Without even trying. Now if you could do enough spamming and combine it with a awesome monkey village, you could easily get enough spams going on that you can also do the monkey village too. The banana farm, monkey village, get both of them down. You can easily do a spam of powerful upgrades with these guys. They are definitely recommended to use. They are a strong, very capable tower, able to do impossible difficulty if you do enough spam. That's pretty much all there is to them. Just spam them and hope for the best. Add some monkey village in there and you'll just be able to spam them. Banana farms will allow you to get the ultimate upgrade and just litter the map super quick and easily. Double cash always comes in handy. But, just do what you can. They are very strong, capable towers. Hopefully this video is good enough in depth that I did not miss nothing. I'm trying to get everything with good details so that way you guys will get every bit of information that there is to know. Up next will be the attack tower. So let's set up our village towards that. So join me next time when I cover the attack tower with all its strengths, weaknesses, and everything else. Hope you guys enjoy.